Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Mafaran. I'm from Group D. Now I will be explaining about the coding of our open-ended lab. Okay, so first is the multiplier coding. First we define the include. So we define our CPU frequency of our microcontroller as 60 MHz. Next is the LCD initialization function. This function initializes the LCD by setting up the necessary command and delays. Next is writing command in 8-bit mode. This function writes a command to the LCD in 8-bit mode by setting the appropriate bits on port A. Next is to check the busy flag. This code checks the busy flag of the LCD to ensure it's ready for the next command. Next is the writing command in 4-bit mode. Okay, so for this function writes a command to the LCD in 4-bit mode. Next is the writing character. So for this code writes a character to the LCD by setting its ASCII value. Next is the main function. So for the main function coding, this is where the core logic resides. We first initialize the LCD and set up the DRC for output. Next, the while loop continuously checks the input on pin C to detect button presses. Okay, so for keypad scanning, the port C and pin C registers are used to scan the keypad. Port C is set to different values to enable different rows of the keypad one at a time. We then check pin C to see if any column button is pressed. Detecting button presses, for each button press, we assign values to A and B, display the press number on the LCD, and handle the multiplication operation. When a button is pressed, the corresponding value is stored in A. If the multiplication button star is pressed, A is stored in B. Next, when the equals button is pressed, the program multiplies B and A, displays the result, and then displays the result on the LCD. To display the result, after performing the multiplication, we display the result on the LCD. If the result has a tens digit, which means greater than or equal to 10, we display the tens digit first. Then we display the units digit. Okay, so next for square coding. Basically everything up until writing the characters are the same, but the only difference is the main function. So here is the main coding. This is the coding for the main function. As you can see, it's a little different from the multiplication coding. Okay, so the main function contains the core logic of our program. We initialize the LCD and set up the DRC for output, and while one loop continuously checks the input on pin C to detect button presses. Okay, so for keypad scanning, port C and pin C are still used to scan the keypad. Port C is set to different values to enable different rows of the keypad one at a time. We check pin C to see if any column button is pressed. For detecting button presses, for each button press, we assign values to A, display the press number on the LCD, and handle the cubing operation. When a button is pressed, the corresponding value is stored in A. If the cubing button is pressed, the program calculates the cube of A, displays the result on the LCD. To display the result, after performing the cubing operation, we display the result on LCD. If the result has a hundreds digit greater than or equal to 100, we display the hundreds digit first. Then we display the tens digit and the unit digits. That's all from me. Thank you.